Gentlemen, I'm indeed exceptionally delighted and greatly honored to be part of the award and launch ceremony here for GOPIO. The pleasure of being associated with such an esteemed organization is indeed highly inspiring, and I thank the organizers for this gesture. Ladies and gentlemen, the world in this 21st century is shifting towards modernization, which is initiated through technological advancement, education, industrialization, efficient transport and communication services, and globalization. The search towards transformed societies is the course undertaken by the global community now. There's a shift in human thinking, behavior, and other patterns of living. Humans are now discovering, experimenting, and making things which had never been thought before. Ladies and gentlemen, the identity of human groups is something which has remained intact over time. Every human being is proud of the ethnicity, the cultural and religious values, and kinship ties. This is what binds the individual to their family, community, and global society at large. Ethnic identity is like a big global family, connecting groups of people together no matter where they are in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, it is through the workings of organizations such as the Global Organization of People of Indian Origin, commonly referred to as GOPIO, that this ethnic bonding and connection becomes strengthened. The GOPIO has been established to spearhead the togetherness of all Indians around the globe. This organization seeks to promote networking of global Indians, and at the same time offer support and backing for unity in issues affecting them. Since its inception in 1989, this organization has grown in stature, now being recognized to be at the forefront of bringing the Indian diaspora closer to India and fortify the integral bond between India and its diaspora. Ladies and gentlemen, Fiji has a sizable population of children of people of Indian origin. Um, our ancestors came from India beginning from 14th May 1879, and over the period of from 1879 to 1916, about 87 ships from India came with people, approximately 60,965. So while our ancestors have moved on, but their offsprings are around, and we do have a lot of connection with India via various means, such as cultural activities, movies, tourism, trade, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, any organization which works in the interest of serving its people and safeguarding um, their connectivity with their fellow group is deemed to be of great importance in this era. Our children need to be informed and taught of their and their country's history. This is absolutely important if we want to give them their unique identity amongst this rapidly globalizing world. Our government, led by Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Bani Marama, has moved heaps and bounds in ensuring that unity between all racial groups exists at all levels of the society. The policies and regulations put in practice in Fiji are intertwined in multi-ethnicity and unison. Our constitution recognizes all as Fijians and gives every Fijian the opportunity to prosper in this country. With these legislations, the rights of people to participate in their own ethical obligations is also guaranteed. Ladies and gentlemen, Fiji's relationship to India has never been better. The regular interactions between authorities in India and Fiji has paved the way for strong relationships, which ensures that together with economic and development ties, cultural and religious ties are explored and empowered to grow. Ladies and gentlemen, today we witness the launch of Fiji chapter of GOPIO. The government of India has been instrumental in the setup of this organization following the initial inception of GOPIO. I see GOPIO is contributing enormously to India because organizing GOPIO, we are creating and nurturing a block population who have the same taste and preferences, cultural likings, and other salient affiliations. Therefore, this is a ready market for India to push their products, goods, and services. There's nothing wrong in that. China is actively doing this too. There are a few key things that India needs to do if it wishes to maintain this block, or the GOPIO hierarchy needs to do if they want to maintain this block and its desired characteristics. If it is to remain an economic bloc for India in the longer term. One, it needs to invest heavily on profiling this bloc. Two, it needs to invest heavily on maintaining active offices of the bloc throughout the world. Three, it needs to invest heavily on nurturing the key desired characteristics of the bloc, which will help maintain it as an economic bloc vis-a-vis the other aspects of the bloc, the cultural, the religious, etc. While some may argue that GOPIO is all about culture and ethnic origin, I argue otherwise. That if India wishes to maintain this bloc, then it must invest in these aspects or risk witnessing the rapid diminishing of the bloc. Because while GOPIO, the name suggests that global people of Indian origin, all of us sitting in this here, except for those Indian nationals, we are children of people of Indian origin. Now the real question is, what do we do to maintain the characteristics of GOPIO amongst the children of people of Indian origin? What are the characteristics? What is the interest of GOPIO, or what characteristics interest GOPIO? Have you identified what is the characteristics that GOPIO wants amongst us, the children of GOPIO? What are these key characteristics? I haven't seen the documentation on the website of GOPIO. What is it that's why I'm saying we need to profile the characteristics that existed in GOPIO or exist in GOPIO elsewhere, and what do we want? What are some of these characteristics that we want in the children of GOPIO? Given that the children of GOPIO are under immense pressure, and these characteristics amongst the children of GOPIO is diminishing over time. I think these are some of the burning questions that we need to answer, and for that, a lot of thinking needs to be done. So, ladies and gentlemen, it starts with this message, and with great pleasure, I congratulate the inception of the GOPIO chapter here. But I do hope that it won't remain a chapter on paper and only gets active when there's a GOPIO conference. That has been the case. The GOPIO, I only hear when there's a conference of GOPIO, and I see people talking about, will you go? Will you go? I recall some 10 years ago when I was at USP, there was some talk about who will go and attend GOPIO conference. So I got this person and said, what is GOPIO? Why are we going to GOPIO? So I had a short discussion with him, and I gave him my economic logic to GOPIO. And he then looked at me. But the thing is this, in Fiji, there is children of GOPIO. Let's start from there. There is, of course, Indian nationals here who are working, and some who are citizens. They are GOPIO. So let's get that clearly in our mind. What are we after? Are we just grouping GOPIO, or are we going down and also looking at grouping the children of GOPIO? And then what do we want in them? What is the real interest of GOPIO hierarchy
एक बार
and India,
बस जरा
government of India.
अच्छी तरह से पीस निकले
It's
बड़ा
in an economic bloc. Thank you, and my pleasure to
Thank you,
launch
sir.
GOPIO
हाँ
Suva
बड़ा सा
chapter.
पीस निकलेगा